before we begin this particular talk, I want to encourage you to go to clarkortiz.com. It's a website, my personal website, and place your email address on the bottom of the website so you can receive some information that's going to help you with your life. You know, I have been in the ministry for over 35 years, and in those 35 years, I've helped countless of families throughout various stages of their life. I've helped them with their marriage counseling, helped them with their children, maybe some of the upbringing. But one of the most important items that I've enjoyed is be able to help them with their future. What is their future? You know, I live a life as if I'm going to live forever. I don't think about that I'm going to retire at 67, or I don't think that I'm only going to live to 70 years of age. I believe that I can live well into 100 years of age. And you may be saying, yeah, you're a little crazy. Well, why not? I mean, if the world wants to tell you that you can retire at 67, why can't the church also encourage you that you can live a long life? There's plenty of scriptures that talk about it, that he's going to give us a long life, that he's going to renew our strength as of eagles, that he's going to redeem the time for our lives. And the Bible tells us that wealth and riches are within our grasp. He also tells us that the power of life and death is in the power of our tongue, the way we talk. So we have to recognize that the word of God has established something greater than anything that this planet or government or university can actually offer us. And so I want to walk you through these plans to prepare you for your future. When I was a young man, I found myself where I had a little business, and it was a marketing company. I was only in my 20s. My wife and I had one child and one on the way. And so I was a little concerned about their future, and I was concerned about if something would happen to me in my life, how would my wife be able to survive? I didn't want my children calling another man daddy. I really didn't want my wife to marry out of desperation or concern. So I wanted to make sure that she had a plan that was prepared if something should happen to me, that she would be taken care of. So I bought what was called a universal life plan. It was called a VUL, and so that stands for Variable Universal Life. Excuse me. Excuse me. So the Variable Universal Life is money that I was able to put away every single month, a minimum amount, put away every single month that this group was able to invest that life plan that my wife would be taken care of if something happened to me in my life. So we paid $200, $250 every single month into this life plan, but we were able to what's called max fund it. We had extra money, and we began to put more money away inside this life plan, $500 a month, sometimes a little bit more, sometimes a little less. And we did it for about 4 or 5 years. We paid as close to $6,000 that we could every single year into this life plan. And after that, we didn't have to pay any more. Every bit of that life plan was taken care of. I didn't have to worry about making payments again. But yet for 20, 25 years, that life plan continued to accrue interest. And then when my children got older and we were well into our 40s, we were able to realize the benefits that was inside that life plan. Now, obviously, look at me today. I'm still alive. So the death benefit did not need to come into play. But I'll tell you what, I had all this money put away inside a plan that there's not a single savings account or a mutual fund that could have done the same thing that this life plan did for us. I was able to realize the benefits of the return of that money. And I was able to use that money throughout my life. I was able to borrow against my plan. I was able to use the money to invest in my business. I was able to live. And I'll never forget when my children were up in age and they were out of the house, I was able to cash in a certain amount of money that my wife and I enjoyed. We went on vacation. We enjoyed ourselves. It was just fantastic. If we did not do that in our younger age, we would not have had that benefit in our older age. So now here I am, well into my 50s. So what do I do now? I'm able to invest inside an IUL, which is an Index Universal Life Plan, and also able to get a GIL, which is a Guaranteed Income Life Plan. See, these are plans that the wealthy use to protect their wealth, to shield themselves from paying taxes. It puts them in a position to where they can realize their hard-earned income will be able to be for them when they get up in age. Now, a GIL, I receive no benefits from it other than a benefit if something should happen to me, my wife is going to be taken care of. But when I get older in life, and you never know what's going to happen, if I ever find myself in a position that I cannot earn a living, or I can't get employed, I cannot find any work, then the GIL will kick in. Once the medical doctor says, yeah, he physically cannot take care of himself with a job, then what happens, the GIL begins to pay me a lifetime salary. I receive a salary. I'll be receiving a salary close to $30,000 a year every single year, all the way up to 90 and 91 years of age. Now, what does that mean? When I turn 90, it's going to give me a large chunk of cash, about $130,000. And then when I turn 91, it'll give me another chunk of cash of another $130,000. Both of those deposits that I'm going to receive, I'm going to place those inside an annuity plan, and that annuity plan will continue to pay me a salary all the way up to the time that I get raptured or I'm taken to heaven. It's going to take care of me. Plus, if something does happen to me, let's say I decide to spend all that money, I still have about $130,000 in life insurance that my dear wife will be able to enjoy, or my children will be able to enjoy. See, that's what I mean by securing yourself for life. I've prepared and I've planned for my future with one single policy that I make a nominal monthly payment in right now, so that way it takes care of me when I get up in age. And if I ever find myself in a position that it starts paying me a salary, I don't have to make that payment anymore. That policy has done what it's supposed to do. This is how the wealthy protect themselves. There's other policies that I want to talk to you about, but more than that, I want to be able to speak to you and spend some time with you and do all this for you for free, show you how you can prepare your life. Go to my website, clarkortiz.com, and give me your email address, and let's start a conversation together.